Mara would not clench her fist. Let the damsel glitter. Even in the low light of the ships humming overheads, the woman's silvered skin sparkled like morning sun on frosted glass. She was painted from head to toe, including the bottoms of her feet, which Mara could see as the damsel knelt in front of Liam, her head bobbing up and down while he watched. His eyes weren't the only ones on the damsel. The observation deck was filling with passengers, the way it always did before dinner. And that was what threatened to close Mara's hand, to set her mouth in a hard, tight line. That he'd done it with an audience. A dalliance was fine, expected, healthy. But Liam had chosen to broadcast this one to an entire ship full of people who looked up to him. And not just because they had to. Liam Pent, CEO of the Pent Corporation, was as ubiquitous and powerful in the universe as the Dern Empire. But here, on his ship, he was admired. A manifest full of high-class passengers who could afford a fold and had chosen this one to spend the time with the man who'd grown a business to span the universe. And what was he telling them now? That he'd had to outsource his Balti temptress? That Mara wasn't what she claimed to be? Mara flexed her fingers and forced her features to relax. She kept her face pliable, refusing to flatten her pouty lips. Instead, she parted them, sipping something bitter and tart out of the heavy-bottomed coupe glass she'd carried from her room, aware that eyes had pulled from the spectacle and found her, aware that people were waiting on her reaction. The ship's front viewing deck was part lounge, part boardroom, complete with a throne-like chrome and leather chair reserved just for Liam. Typically, Mara's place was right beside him. And she knew why. Despite the skeptical whispers about their relationship, Mara knew the strength of the threads that tied them together. They both had legacies that set them apart, legacies that were impossible to escape, that were better to embrace. Showing people what they expected to see had its advantages. And then there was their shared, open disdain for the Dern.